More choices are available for millions of people who rely on the EpiPen for life-threatening allergies. We reported last August how the EpiPen's price soared more than 480% over 7 years to cost more than $600. It had a virtual monopoly and accounted for 94% of epinephrine auto-injectors. Just 26% of prescriptions filled today are for the brand name EpiPen. Anna Werner shows us why there's still confusion over the treatment and its costs. Anna, good morning.
Good morning. Well, this device, the Auvi-Q, might be the best example of those confusing prices. Some patients prefer it over the EpiPen because of its small size and internal voice guidance system. The listed price for a 2-pack, $4,500. But most patients aren't paying a penny of that, leading to the question, who is?
This is the new Auvi-Q.
Things have changed in the year since we first visited the Henniger household in the suburbs of Indianapolis. 2 of the 6 children here have severe allergies. And last year at this time, parents Justin and Lexi were unhappy about the prices for their EpiPens. $600 for a 2-pack.
We weren't really anticipating it being $600.
Right. Under increased pressure from patients and lawmakers, Mylan was forced to explain the price hikes.
Do you think you were charging too much at $600?
Sir, we believe it was a fair price, and we've just now lowered that price by half.
Mylan launched a generic version for $300 and boosted a coupon program to cut patients' costs. CVS Pharmacy then offered a different generic injector for $109. Then this past June, the Hennigers got a letter from their insurer.
They are no longer going to be covering the EpiPens. They will only cover the generic version. So they have taken these completely off of their plan.
But at their pharmacy, generics were out of stock. That's when they looked at the Auvi-Q.
This is very personal for us. And
Evan and Eric Edwards invented the Auvi-Q after growing up with severe allergies.
we carry it in our pockets every day.
Every day one,
Right.
yep. And of course, you're supposed to carry 2, right? So I have that as well.
It's smaller and comes with its own voice instructions.
Place black end against outer thigh.
Basically, anybody who picks up the device is able to have a voice guiding them. What do I do next?
Yeah, I think that's key. It's all about confidence. And we saw hesitation.
That one is a lot bigger. So this one's a little easier to hold.
Lexi Henniger liked the product, but not the price. The Auvi-Q lists for $4,500.
So that was kind of disappointing. They actually called me before they filled my prescription to ask if I wanted them to go ahead and fill it.
But drug maker Kaleo stepped in with its affordability program, and the family's out-of-pocket costs went to zero. How is that possible? Kaleo CEO Spencer Williamson.
The pricing and reimbursement system in this country is broken, and we're committed to always putting patients and families first.
You have a drug that has a $4,500 price. How do people get that for free?
So it's an access model built for patients. And so the way our program works is that anyone with commercial insurance, whether it's covered or not, even a high deductible plan, they'll get it for $0.
But Richard Evans, a pharmaceutical industry analyst from SSR Health, is skeptical.
The only insurer that's going to say yes to a $4,500 claim for an epinephrine device in a world where you can buy them for $109 is the one that hasn't figured out the game yet.
The game, Evans says, to gain market share, a company can give away most of its prescriptions for free and hope the insurers who do pay those higher prices make up for it.
It's an insane system. No rational designer would sit down with a clean sheet of paper and say, you know what, let's do it this way.
But somebody in that system, somewhere, pays for that high price.
So many plans cover the product because it's the right thing for their patients and their physicians, and they're very enthusiastic about it. Where plans don't cover it, the entity that steps in and pays is Kaleo.
Patients like the Hennigers say they'll take any break they can get.
Up until now, there weren't really any other options for auto-injectors. There are very few. So I'm hoping it will help kind of even the playing field and bring down prices.
So how will it affect prices? Well, analysts say in this business, competition can sometimes drive prices higher as drug companies have to get into this market with pharmacy benefit managers and insurers. Those prices can actually go up where you'd think they might go down because of the complicated nature of this. Now, the Auvi-Q returned to pharmacies in February after a voluntary recall in 2015 that was under a different manufacturer, and another EpiPen competitor is set to hit the market later this year. So this market, at least, keeps changing, and we'll see what happens next.
What's interesting is that people may not realize that the EpiPen expires and you have to keep buying it. You don't always use it because it's really meant for a serious condition, and so you have to keep buying that thing, and if the costs are out of control, it's hard for people.
And what's interesting about this one is it beeps, and then it will start to talk to the person. So,
You are ready to use. Pull off
and then
red
basically,
safety guard.
we won't go through the whole thing, but for children especially, they say a child can listen to this, and they know what to do in a panic situation. So it's a different kind of wrinkle in terms of how do you address a problem of severe allergy.
Thank you, Anna, for that. Appreciate it.